it's a good chance that the Kings could end up having home court throughout if someone can knock off the Nuggets. So I think both of those make sense, although I'm pretty sure neither one of us are betting either one of those.
No, my wife loves me, and I would want that to continue to happen. The Kings. You betting on the Kings? Is it Martin Luther the King? Is it King Solomon? Some king. It better be a king that I can serve, because what are you doing? So, I was
going to go Coming to America. Say, oh man, you ain't never met Dr. Martin Luther the King. All right, so let's get into NBA Finals MVP votes here. Giannis comes in at plus 275, Tatum at 5-1, Durant plus 650, Embiid's 10-1, Curry 11-1, Jokic 12-1, and then we get in the weeds a little bit. Jaylen Brown 16-1, Devin Booker 18-1, John Morant 25-1. Gotta say, the Anthony Davis 50-1 looks pretty good as a team that I think can get there. But I might be all over that Kevin Durant plus 650. Does anything stand out to you when you're looking at Finals MVP futures?
Yeah, I believe the children are the future, so let them lead the way, and that's with Kevin Durant, because he's not good. Well, he's good, and he's not terrible. So, look, I think it's really about who is going to get.
That was well done.
Thank you. He is good and not terrible. I do wonder, though, it really comes down to who do you believe is going to be in the NBA Finals, and then look at it. And so I would say Kevin Durant. And plus, you also want a story, right? Because Kevin Durant was in Brooklyn, everything that was going on. So a lot of it is about what kind of film can you run to sell the narrative, right? That's kind of how it works. So give me Kevin Durant most likely to be the MVP at 6.5-1.
And getting traded from Brooklyn to Phoenix, where they do have the McDowell's restaurant and the buns don't have sesame seeds on them, is a good thing too. So look, I agree with you. I think the Durant way is the way to go with this if you're going to bet it. Obviously, you have to think about teams you think can be there. And I do think this is one where it's fine to get a little bit cute as far as, like with Anthony Davis, it's 50-1. If things break your way, let's just imagine if Anthony Davis gets in the finals, you got to think that he's going to be one of the favorites to win it. Now, I know it's a little bit of a longer shot to get there, and the Western Conference is going to be a beast this year to get through. But I just think I think that would be one to take a look at as well with 50-1. Those are long odds.
Yeah, and think about it. If Anthony Davis and the Lakers are in the NBA Finals, he would have let his soul glow shine through. So, look, that's been the whole narrative about Anthony Davis this year is, when is this guy going to show up? When is he going to show to be one of the 75 greatest NBA players of all time? This is the stage. This is why you're in LA. I mean, think about it. Him and Tatum have had these potato chips on. Like, nobody was buying the Anthony Davis potato chips. Now's your chance to buy the Tatum potato. You can put down the Tatum potato chips and get some of these chips right here, because it's about to change their jingles and not the one that folds sometimes.
Man, you are working this in. I'm coming up with these on the other side, and I'm just waiting for my chance, and you're stealing the ones I'm going with. Unbelievable. That's all right. KJ said, I love it. I love all the movie references because I'll throw them in. Sometimes I do it on my show, and the guys, it just blows right by them. They have no idea, right over their head.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit more about the NBA here. So when we look at the possibility of matchups and the way guys can play, and we talk about the minutes going up, one of the things from a betting standpoint, like I was looking at Jimmy Butler's triple-double odds in the first game, because I feel like with the minutes that he plays, he's a candidate for that. There are certain things you can look at in postseason play where the minutes are going to go up. So I do think it's valid to, if you're going to take player props, to look at some of those things and try to bet the heavier odds, or like the ones that are in your favor. But do you do anything different postseason wise? Because I feel like people get, what's the right word? They'll if a team loses the first game, they automatically think they're going to come back and win game two. And it doesn't always work out that way, the mindset of a fan that's going to bet on the game. But do you do anything differently when it comes to the playoffs and how you either bet it or approach games?
Yes. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yes.
In the face.
In the face, right? Because you got to get in the face of some of these guys, 8, 9, 10, 11 on the bench. You're not getting in. This is not a game against San Antonio. These are mini movies that are happening, right? And each one is an adjustment on the last one. So absolutely. I look at teams that have guards that like to stay back to rebound. So even in like the Clippers series, I would look for double-double props from Russell Westbrook because he's going to probably make sure that he's rebounding and he's dishing out the ball. With no Paul George, he's got to make sure he's going to. So double-doubles from Russell Westbrook. I don't know about LeBron. I think you'll see a lot more scoring. You may see the assists up there. But again, I like to look at guards that like to rebound who can score. So guys who can get back there like Tatum and Brown, those guys, even though they're forwards, some would consider Brown a guard forward. But these guys will get back and will snatch a rebound. And then as the game gets into a critical point, they're going to make sure that there's not a putback or be there to assist with. So I like guards. I like to play a lot of guards on double-doubles when it comes to the playoffs, especially ones that like to get back and rebound.
I like that. And 2 is the key number. You always have to have 2 studs, 2 guys you can go to, Brown and Tatum. Mm-hmm. You got, if you want to look at the Suns, Durant and Booker, Mortimer and Randolph. You've got all these guys that you can put together. Oh, I was trying to set that one up.
We're back in business, Mortimer.
Randolph. They're never going to invite us back unless there's a Coming to America reunion or something. But and one of the other things too, just talking about these teams that we could see, it is about matchups and styles make fights. Is there any particular matchup that you want to see, whether it's finals, next round, down the line? I mean, I would love to see. I'd love to see Memphis knock off the Lakers and get to play the Warriors again so we can get some fireworks, but I don't think that happens.
That's the matchup I would like to see. I think in the Eastern Conference, I would like to see a Philly-Celtics matchup just to see that kind of real intense battle, almost the same way that, you have to fight off Daryl and his family at Soul Glow from trying to get the princess.
Well, the whole point of it is you want to be loved, to be loved. To be loved. Oh, what a feeling.
To be loved. Would you shut up down there?
Yes, you can finish this line. Anyway, sorry. So we're on the same page, KJ. I'm not either. So I don't even know how much time we have left. All right, we've gone off the rails in hour 1. Hour number 2 is going to be coming up. We're going to do some baseball talk next. We've got a lot of fun stuff that we're going to get into baseball talk-wise. With futures, of course, how our teams are doing. I know you're up there watching your Red Sox. I'm watching the Orioles. I like them today. We'll get a chance to talk about all these matchups and more. It's Jeremy Conn, KJ Carson. We're filling in for Nick Costas and Ken Barkley. You better, you bet. Looking forward to the next couple hours. We'll give you our best bets at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned right here on the BetQL Network.